discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It didn't go! I tried to intro this with a lightsaber flick. Anyway, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Outcasted OC Talk WrestleMania Backlash. But it is May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you while we all have, three of us have Star Wars things going on. The rest weren't prepared for us to drop it on them. But anyway, let's go. Let's talk Backlash.
This is the way, baby. Let's do this.
I'm taking this off now.
I didn't understand the assignment.
I'm going to keep this on.
Right, okay. WWE Backlash, let's go. So, first match. Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory versus Bronson Reed for the United States Championship belt. Ross, go.
I want Bronson Reed. Simple as. Give him a belt. It's been way too long. The man left NXT on a high, went to Japan, beat Okada, like Japan's #1 boy, and then came back to WWE and has been on a tear. Give him the damn belt.
Dope. Do you want me to go next?
Yeah, just go in order.
Oh, right. So this is a tough one for me because like all three of these people have like a potential, but I really want Bronson to win. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I'm the type of person that looks at the situation at the minute in the World Heavyweight title, like is on Raw, and I'm looking at it and thinking Austin Theory is probably going to be in that tournament if there's going to be a tournament. Bobby Lashley, obviously, he's moving over to the other brand. Like, it's possible. Like, I suppose. Like, I think there's going to be more switches in the draft while the World Heavyweight Championship is concerned. And like, Bronson Reed is kind of just the outlier. And I'm just there like, this guy could really be like a heavyweight in the division, like in the mid card, just like to hold that down. And if he takes the US title over to SmackDown with him, then that's fine. I know he's been drafted to like a certain brand, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, SmackDown is going to need a mid-card title. So either the flagging it as like Bronson Reed doesn't have a chance in hell, as Vince McMahon would say, or like Austin Theory is just going to retain, or Bobby Lashley is going to win. Like literally, just like he's just an outlier. He's just there. That's why it's like interesting me. So I'm just going to say him. Screw it.
That's 2 for Bronson. Let's go. The Bronson army's building up.
I want Austin Theory to retain.
And there goes the boss, the Bronson Reed army.
Bronson Reed army, baby.
There goes downhill. So yeah, with the US
Bronson
belt
Reed.
moving to SmackDown, I feel like Bobby Lashley has had many opportunities and just like hasn't gone anywhere. I'm not really a big Bronson Reed fan yet. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Austin Theory retain. I love Austin Theory. I think he's funny. And yeah.
Do you think Bobby Lashley is what like going up to the main event though? Is that why they've moved into SmackDown?
I feel like that, yeah.
I'm not sure. I've seen a lot of people say that when he was drafted to SmackDown, they were all like, Bobby Roman, let's get Bobby Roman. So possible.
Yeah, and with that as well, you could always find a way to like bring the Hurt Business into it because obviously like the bloodline's there. So if you have Bobby go up against Roman, he can't just go up by himself. So you find a way to establish a team, and you can see the Street Profits have just been brought over to SmackDown, and Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin are all free agents as well as almost an MVP. Yeah. So it's not like it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
I'll happily take a Hurt Business versus Bloodline long feud booking on SmackDown. That 100%. Will be so entertaining.
100%. Sorry, guys, at the bottom, you didn't get to choose. Sorry.
So for me, I definitely think that like Bobby Lashley at this point is past a mid-card title. I think just put him back in the main event scene. I want to see it. And obviously if Austin Theory retains, like that's fine because the title's already going over to SmackDown. But I'd like to see Bronson Reed win, like you said. I think he just definitely just needs that extra push. And I mean, if he wins the title, he can just get transferred over to SmackDown. Like transfers are allowed to happen. It's not like they can't. So yeah, I think Bronson Reed for sure. I'd love to see it.
Yes, the Bronson army is strong here.
All right,
wrong with this one.
For me, it has to be Bronson or Bobby. I'm just not an Austin Theory fan. Sorry,
One
Jay.
down here.
Fair enough, man. I tell you what, there's a lot of love for Bronson Reed going around here. I'm liking this. I'm liking it.
It was like his
I just don't want
finisher,
Terry to
just an
retain.
The thing is, I
take
haven't
it.
watched enough of Bronson Reed's work to say that I can justify a win from him, if that makes sense at all.
I'll show his matches to you.
I was just going to say, I'm sure Ross can help you out.
Yeah.
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 He's very impressive, and what I do like about him as well, like he's very versatile in terms that you can actually match the WWE style as well. I mean, like you saw him in NXT with his feuds in NXT before he was released, and he was so impressive down there. And now that he's come back up, I feel like he's slotted into Raw nicely. I mean, if it was me, he'd have a bit more time, like on TV. But from what I've seen of him, the crowd seem to love him. Like he seems to always getting a reaction out of the crowd. I love the Tsunami. It's such a good finisher. I want to see Bronson Reed as like a heavy hitter in the mid card. I think it'd be sick.
And he's not shy of the US title as well, because he was the US champion in NXT as well for quite a bit of time, and he had some of the most interesting like USA title feuds before they released him. And he was released in such a weird circumstance because a lot of people thought, oh, he's not been on our telly, and he's just finished his NXT US title. So a lot of people were expecting like a call up for him.
Mm-hmm.
Were you sharing your drink with Baby Yoda there?
He's a baby. The caffeine's going to kill him.
He was listening to you and he wanted a drink.
And then he was going to finish it and go, yeah.
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 Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's a great mid card situation as well, because this is a thing that people have been crying for. It's like a stronger mid card scene, and they are definitely really improving that. Gunther with the Intercontinental is a perfect booking. Like, you cannot change my mind on that. The only thing I would have loved is Sheamus still having a chance, but they've drafted it away. So it's like that fairy tale story of, now I kind of want him to win Money in the Bank so he can cash it in on the Intercontinental and get his belt finally.
Ooh, that would be cool. That would be interesting, actually. I would be down to see that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Same.
And because it's
just
also a UK show, that's the other part of it as well. The UK crowd would scream if Sheamus actually got his win with the Money in the Bank and the briefcase cash in the same night.
And the IC would be insane as well.
Exactly, yeah, because then he'll finally be the Grand Slam everyone's wanted him to be.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me that like Vince McMahon last year was not keen on Gunther. I'm like, are you seeing what I am seeing, or do you need to get your eyes fixed? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
what?
You would think
How are
that
you
he
not
was
hot on this
literally
man?
the prototype Vince guy, wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah.
And the fact that he
You know.
lost so much weight as well too, and is still like at the top of his division. I'm just like, Vince, you are like, something's going on up there, you know?
On subject but off subject, did you all see Gunther's wedding photos?
It was so
Did
annoying.
I
No.
thought I read that
I saw the video of him dancing as well.
It was so cute.
No, that they got engaged a while back. It's actually the wedding photos that they finally actually married over the weekend.
Oh,
So
because I
they've
was
just
totally
posted.
convinced that they got married right before she retired.
Nah. They only just did, and it's it's the photos are lovely.
Was he just dropping like his best man?
It was.
Yeah,
It was.
all over
Write that one down.
Finish your speech.
Imagine that's how he like had decided everyone as his like groomsman is.
Like,
If you
who
can handle a
take the
chop,
most chop? Yeah.
you're on the line.
Yeah.
He just got his best man just stood there like that with their arms behind the backs.
Yeah, they're just like that.
Ludwig takes off the jacket.
Ludwig grabs the weight. Ludwig grabs the Oh.
Shall we move on to the next match then?
Yes.
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
next match is Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship.
This is not biased. Do not call me out in the comments section. Do not roast me. Io Sky, it's her time. Give it her. Get her away from Damage Control. because she is being held back by Bailey and Dakota Kai, and I said it.
I never thought I'd say this because Bailey is the yummy mummy and she's my favorite and my future wife, etc.
Does she know that?
She is single.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but does she know
Pamela.
that Reese has got it swooped up already?
Oh no, she doesn't know yet. No.
Wait,
but it's
Reese,
just like,
does your girlfriend know that?
we have an understanding, okay?
I was going to say, you can't make that argument. You turned around and said what wrestling you're running off with to me.
She can fantasize about J. Cole. I can fantasize about
Who are
Bailey.
you running off with, G?
Who am I running off with?
Yeah.
Ross, because I love him.
No.
Oh
You can
god.
be
Sorry,
honest,
if Seth
it's fine.
Rollins was kicking down a door, she'd be out the freaking door.
She'd be
with
like,
him.
Ross here. Who's Ross?
Exactly.
You could burn it down any day, baby.
Buckle
Literally
bomb me,
what she's
baby.
saying.
Buckle bomb me.
Buckle bomb me.
I
Stop
think
me,
it's
baby.
7:12 in the morning for me. Like, I've only just had breakfast. Like,
Paula,
let's...
if you
I
hear
mean,
me.
wait, Barry can bullhammer me anytime he wants.
Oh god. Can I get my goddamn answer out, please?
Yes,
So
Reese,
anyway,
go ahead.
so I love Bailey and everything, but like, yeah, I was very surprised. I mean, I thought it was a bit stupid to be honest with you. And like, if I did the night one review for SmackDown, I would have said this. But I thought the whole, oh, by the way, we're keeping factions and tag teams together in the draft kind of like took a little bit of energy out of it for me. And I was very surprised that Damage Control, they allowed him to stay together in the draft, because I'm not being funny, that the momentum is totally just gone in Damage Control. Like, we need Damage Control to come in and fix Damage Control at this point, because they're doing literally nothing. Dakota
Creative
Kai,
need to do damage control.
yeah, we need to do Damage Control on Damage Control. Like, Bailey's like wasted because she's doing nothing, and she's just the heel that goes ding dong hello ha ha ha, I'm gonna get beat in a match on Raw every week. And then you got Dakota Kai, who literally says nothing, and then you just got Io Sky there, who is now in the main event, and is like, why am I still in this group? Like, why am I still here? Like, I don't understand why Dakota Kai is like staring like, oh, you're my tag team partner, Io. Let's go after a title. He was like, nah. I'm going for Bianca Belair's title, baby. Let's go. See you later, Bailey. See you later, Dakota Kai. Io Sky for the win. Get her away from Damage Control and, you know, get them back down to NXT level up or some shit. I don't know. That's my answer.
No, I agree. I totally agree with you. Damage Control was great when it first started, but now it's starting to feel a bit dry. Like, they are literally doing nothing. And I feel like they're all holding each other back by being in that faction.
100%.
So,
and do you know what? Like, 100% accurate as well, G. They were great when they first started, and then that was literally it. Like, it went downhill so quickly. Like, they had two women's tag team title runs, and I don't remember a single thing that happened in those tag team title runs, apart from Nikki Cross coming out at Crown Jewel. I literally don't remember anything about it.
For me, where it went bad for them is you've booked their leader to lose multiple title matches. That's how you sour on a faction quickly. You don't pick the leader to go into main event scenes and consistently lose that bad, especially as a heel faction. The main way you make heels work is you get the two other girls involved, and if the face still wins, is because the face beat the odds, not that the heels were bad, that they couldn't do their job. And how they've booked Bailey at the moment is, oh, she's a bad leader because she can't get the job done, even with the girls helping.
But anyway, so I'm obviously putting Bianca to win this match. But I think something's going to happen with Io and Damage Control during this match. So I feel like Dakota and Bailey are obviously going to be ringside possibly for this match. And I feel like Bailey might do something that's going to cost Io the match that will then hopefully maybe do something with Damage Control. Because I just find it so weird. Why is Io the one to be facing? It should be Bailey. It doesn't make sense.
Right. So to put my 2 cents in why I think it's Io and why I think it makes more sense is Io and Bianca had that rivalry in NXT. They saw each other as equals. They went back and forth. Io put in as much work as Bianca did. So for me, it makes sense to have them two fight each other. I would have preferred it be Dakota Kai personally, because Dakota Kai needs the spotlight more. Io is already over with fans. Io is known to put that work effort in. Like, take for example the fact she took a bin lid, decided I'm gonna do that as a spot. Let me put a bin over me and just jump into the my whole crowd
Best
in a
war games ever.
Exactly. She has made her moments where Dakota Kai, she's touched the belts for like the tiniest bit of time and then lost them every single time. Give her a better time, give her that limelight, and build it that way. But then again, we land on the same problem of how do they fix damage control? How do they do all of this? Io makes sense as being the one held back because Dakota still has that room to grow energy from how they've booked her. Bailey is the leader of being, I can shape these women, but I feel like Io was already past that. She was just there as kind of the muscle. So I don't know. I feel like they can book Io separate away from damage control, but not hurt damage control. But it'd be difficult.
I would at this point, I would just break them up. At this point, like I think it's gone past the point of saving. Like it's. I mean, they're not even getting reactions on TV anymore. Like just because I think people expect so little from Bailey, from Dakota, from Io at this point. Like I think they would do each other a lot of good if they was away from each other at this point. I mean. And G, to answer your question as well, I think the reason why it's not Bailey versus Bianca is because, like, how many times have we seen that at this point?
Exactly.
It's like, and I think if you were going to win, if Bailey was going to win at any point, it should have been the first match, the ladder match. They should have come in strong and give Bailey the title. Yeah. And then it damaged, no pun intended, damage control, like, immediately, because it made Bailey look like a fraud. Like, she was supposed to be like, oh, I'm coming in to change the women's division. I'm coming in to make a difference, to bring these two up, and I'm going to show them how to do it. And then she lost. And then them two won the tag team titles. It's like, oh, Bailey's terrible then. It's like, okay.
I feel like you can keep damage control alive and get Io out of it and kind of build a feud of Dakota Kai and Bailey versus Io, and then Io gets someone to tag to help her because they see Io getting beat down by them. Like, I would kind of put kind of like your Asuka style, kind of bring back some of the Kabuki Warrior kind of energy with Io to rival kind of damage control. Or
they're on the main roster. They're on the same brand together now, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying. So because obviously they have that rivalry if they want to fight each other. Like Asuka and Io had that back and forth draft, like promo against each other. Now they've both been drafted. I could see Asuka helping Io get away from damage control when she wins the belt, to then Asuka and her versus each other as kind of a, we've now got mutual respect, but we also want to kick each other's ass type of feud.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't mind that either, actually.
But it makes no sense to have them on the same brand if it's for the Raw title.
Yeah.
So, like, if Io wins and a whole feud starts, is Io going to move to Raw like Ray did with the whole Dominic thing?
I think it's going to be what they did with Becky and Charlotte. I think they're going to switch the titles.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Zelina. Well, actually, I'll leave that for a
minute.
We'll
get into that.
We'll get to that. Do you want to give your thoughts on this match?
So, pretty much a lot of what I was thinking has already been said. You know, when Damage Control came in at SummerSlam, I was so excited, especially because Dakota wasn't even a part of the company. Like, the fact that they made that big of a statement in Triple H's first PLE, technically, I think that really went to say, hey, this is going to be something to watch. And I personally do think that because Dakota and Io had the tag titles by Extreme Rules, I do think that that would have been the perfect time to put it on Bailey and actually create this super faction of, you know, a really dominant female force of everyone having the titles. That obviously means something to the women's division. Yeah. And they've fumbled the bag multiple times, and they keep trying to correct that by having Bailey go up against Bianca multiple times, and the result was the exact same. I felt like after that point we should have just been like, all right, we need to find a way to either add people to this faction or dissolve it, because it's not going in the way that we wanted. So in terms of Backlash, I wouldn't be mad if Bianca retained. I wouldn't be mad if Io won, because they're both going to be on the same brand. But no matter who wins, keep them away from each other, because I'm really sick and tired of seeing the Bianca Damage Control storyline, because we've seen this for almost a year now.
Yeah.
And it's just getting to the point where it's like, all right, we know, we get it. And as Reese said, you know, the reaction for Damage Control is actually decreased, which is really sad, because individually, like, they get phenomenal reactions, because as individuals, they are really good. But as a group, it's just, it's just gone downhill. So to be honest, I wouldn't be mad if Io won. But I posted a video yesterday on my TikTok about why nobody talks more about Bianca's reign. She's the longest reigning Black women's champion.
Yeah.
And it never gets acknowledged. So my thing is, if you want to have Bianca retain, are you going to acknowledge the reign more? Are you going to have more people for her to go up against that are fresher matchups, so that we're not seeing the same stuff time and time again? Because I'm a Bianca fan. I really love her. And I just think creative has really like dropped the ball with her, especially in the second title reign from WrestleMania last year to now. It's been a year plus. Like, we need to fix this, because people are going to sour on Bianca as well too if she's going to continue to beat women in the women's division and you don't have anybody ready to go up against her and dethrone her.
Yeah, we don't need another
totally
Charlotte
agree.
Flair on the roster.
It's just Oh, and Charlotte Flair's on the SmackDown too, so we're obviously going to get Charlotte Flair and Bianca next year sometime. So
yeah.
They also had the situation where Bianca kind of like misspoke when she did get drafted. She was like, "Oh, I'm ready to be your SmackDown champion again."
So with that
belt means a lot.
Apparently, with that being said, Bianca and the Street Profits knew that they were getting drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah.
So that's why she would have misspoke. But going back to what Lauren said about the titles, and going back to Becky, Charlotte, that title swap situation was to amplify their feud for Survivor Series, which is why it went down the way that it did, because they don't like each other. They used to be friends. They have hate towards each other. It makes sense. But for me, if you're going to swap the titles on the brands, it doesn't give it any form of credibility, because it takes away from Bianca's long reign, and it takes away from the fact that Rhea only just won it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's
and a way that you can fix this is take the names off the titles, so they're not for a specific brand, and bring in a mid-card title. Because why can't we have that option for the women? And then if it comes to swapping brands, it's not going to be, oh, well, Raw Women's Champions moved over to SmackDown. Oh, SmackDown Champions moved over to Raw. Like, why would they do that? Just, it solves all the problems.
Yeah, like the European title is just there begging to come back for the women. Like, I don't understand why they don't do that. I really don't.
Just rename it something.
Well, you already got what I said as additional ones.
Go on. Wait, what? Like, when did you say that? Like, did you say it on the live?
No, I said it to our group chat when we were getting like very upset with what was going on and just like how Cruiserweight was booked. It's like, come on now, like you've got the Cruiserweight belt there. You can rebuild that as like how WCW did and New Japan do theirs. You can easily do the same for the women's. Look how Stardom booked their belts.
Yeah. And it's not like it wouldn't have a good return on investment for WWE, because then they can sell more replica belts. And that's what they want. They want to make more money. They want to sell more product.
It's like what you were saying, Courtney, before about someone brought up a point in an article about the Bianca Belair thing. I don't know if you guys remember, I said this, but I think it was in our predictions for WrestleMania. I said I thought it was absolutely insane, the fact that they're not bringing up the fact that it was literally a year that week that she'd won the title. She, like, no one had brought up, like, maybe once on commentary, and it was like, you had to ask a feud that was dead, and they're still not bringing it up, and I don't know why. Like, they bring up Roman Reigns' title run
every week. Every week they bring up Roman.
Every day at this point.
Every day.
Yeah. So what? Like, I mean, yeah, okay, like 900 and something days is very impressive, but guess what? So is 370 odd days at this point. Like, that's really impressive.
So it's almost 400. Like
395, isn't she?
What I'm thinking is Bianca is going to retain, and then Bliss is going to come back and be her for the Raw Women's title, because Bliss is only off TV because of her skin cancer ball. So the whole Bray being off TV as well, the whole Howdy thing. That's partly why she's off TV too.
Oh right, okay. I didn't realize.
I was reading that somewhere. I'll try to find it and send you the link. I was reading it somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. I didn't. Yeah, do you know? I didn't even think about Bliss in this draft.
Because they were
He
starting
wasn't
that
drafted.
storyline kind of
No.
between her and Bianca, weren't they? And then she just like left. Well, obviously she didn't leave, but
Yeah. After Royal Rumble, she disappeared.
yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, she did just randomly leave, and that the whole Howdy thing just stopped, and then thank God, and then everything.
Apparently
and everything just...
Hey,
Hey, how are
how did you say that?
Excuse me, what did you just say?
I said,
apparently
thank
they
God
hired-
the Bray Wyatt thing stopped.
Let him cook,
Apparently
mate.
they
Let him
hired a new
cook.
writer for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
have,
great.
yes. They
Yeah,
have.
Yeah.
so hopefully now he'll be back soon on Howdy. I was loving that. I was really enjoying the whole Uncle Howdy thing.
Yeah, it was so fun.
As someone who is a horror wrestling fan, and you're being like, I'm so glad it's ended with Bray Wyatt. That hurt because they were building long-term booking and they were getting somewhere great with it, and then it got snuffed because people had to snuff it for the reasons they did, and it was stupid that they did that because it was going somewhere, regardless of the botching of how Uncle Howdy fell off the map, off the top, and regardless of how that neon match went, the premise behind it, the cooler revealing of different demon looks, the cooler versions of all these puppets.
There's two Howdies because there is two.
It's two, two.
I just thought it was so half baked. Like
Well,
literally,
that's
But as
my
well
thing
as
as
that,
well. Is like WWE had a chance. Like they were preheating the oven. They didn't have a chance to let him cook. That's when you end up with a raw product.
but as
Like,
well as that,
this is the
they've only recently released Howdy's team on Spotify, I think. So like, would they do that if they're completely done or?
Yeah.
I think he's coming back. Don't get me wrong, but here's my take on that. Before we go on to the next match, like I think there's a difference between long-term story booking and what Bray was doing because it got to the point on SmackDown. It was later on in the year of like 2022, and then it happened again, like in between the Rumble and WrestleMania, where he would come out, say something very similar to what he said the week before, and then leave. Like like that's not long-term story booking. Like that's like you get something interesting, and then you have to wait another 3 or 4 weeks to see something else interesting. It's like I don't care. Like I'm done. Like okay, cool, great. Bray Wyatt, spooky, but like
That's obviously why they hired a new writer for him.
Well, I don't understand why this guy couldn't get the job done because his previous writer was the long-term booker for Avengers.
Yeah.
Because they had different agreements. Also, just to bring some light to something, guys, we do see your comments. We do read them. We don't highlight them in the episodes because we just talk our opinions. I'm sorry if you guys get upset that we don't always like literally go, hey, this comment's been mentioned or this comment's been mentioned. If we see something we really like from your comment section, we will definitely make it aware.
Oh, of course,
but if it is our just straight opinions that we talk when we do these episodes. So I'm sorry if that upsets you, that we don't always bring them to light.
Also, not all of us can see the comments because we actually have to go off the screen and click into
some of us
our phones.
I have also
Ross.
stated that you guys do have phones that you work on, so I'm one of the majority only that can see the phone, the comments that come through. I know Reese can also see it.
So some of the people can see it, and we see you when we love you. But at the end of the day, and this is true when you are doing a podcast, if you read every comment, it'll derail the conversation.
Exactly. This I just like obviously I don't want to kill the whole flow of everything that we were doing. We had some really great points and everything, but I did want to make it aware. I do read your guys' comments. We do notice them. We appreciate everything you guys do.
We do.
So sorry if it does upset you that we don't go, hey, this person's name. Thanks for the comment.
Hey Grogu, take a note of the comments and let me know what they say later. Right, so next match, people. What have we got next? Got a little list going there, G. Where's G gone?
She's just quickly sorting Clive out for a quick 30 seconds there.
Oh no, no! Have you got the match list there, Ross?
No, I sadly don't. There she is. She's back.
Sorry,
Sweet.
Alice got a little unsettled.
Oh, I thought it was Clive you were sorting.
No, it was Alice.
That's
What did we want? Next match?
Match 3.
Okay, so the next match I have wrote down is Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Okay. Go on, Ross.
I want to be the bearer of chaos. I want Zelina Vega to win.
Yes, I was just about to say, Ross, think about our Impact days before you answer.
For no, not even just that. Puerto Rico representation, and also if Rhea Ripley loses the belt, hear me out. They now give a legitimate reason for Rhea Ripley to fight Bianca and become the SmackDown Women's Champion properly. Keep the belt, refight for it.
Can I say something with that really quickly? And I was watching Stephen Larson going in Raw the other day, and they were talking about how to fix the draft. Can I just suggest an idea? So if obviously you've got the women in their title situation, if you were going to have Bianca and Rhea, like you just said, have them have a women's match, and whoever wins that match can actually be the champion. Instead like literally just do that. It's so much easier than like booking a crappy title swap that just makes the title feel so insignificant.
Oh, so are we saying like a unification style type of thing? Oh.
We could do. Yeah. You could unify it, and then you could have a mid-card title, because that would still give women something to fight for. And if you make it feel legitimate,
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Like, do you know what? To be fair, Courtney, no, I agree with that totally, because I said this in a live a couple of days ago. I was in a live where, like, in fact, G, I think you were there as well, and like you disagreed with me at first, but then I kind of explained it a little bit better. Where back in the day, SmackDown used to have the cruiserweights, Raw used to have the women's division.
Yeah.
Now, what you could do now is Raw has the women's division, SmackDown has the tag team division.
Yes, I was there. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Because with the women being split up on two brands, it makes no sense for that to happen, in my opinion. I don't think the women's division is big enough, and I think especially if they bring in a new mid-card title, I think that'd be interesting if they only took place on one brand. WWE would be forced to give a majority of the time to the women on whatever brand they ended up on, because you've got 3 hours to cover there, and you don't have the tag team division to lean on when you want to have a filler match. Give the women the time.
Yeah.
And then on the tag team side of it, you've got the exact same situation there. I don't see why WWE don't do that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the Rhea Zelina match.
Yeah,
so somebody has just commented saying that they think Dominic and Ray will have a big part in this match because either one is on either side.
Of course they will, because especially with Dominic.
Yes. And do you know what? That'd be really cool to see. Actually, like that'd be pretty awesome to see. I think this match does need a little bit of spark to it. I won't lie to you, and I think it's come out of nowhere. I mean, I understand why it's taking place because of Zelina Vega's heritage. I get that. But it does need a bit of a spark to it. I mean, you can't just build a match based on this woman's from Puerto Rico. It can't just be that, surely. So, maybe a bit of a fight on the outside between Dom and Ray. That'd be cool. LWO get involved a little bit. Judgment Day there. Dope. That'd be cool to see. But with that being said, I think Rhea's retaining. I don't see a world in where Zelina Vega's beating Rhea Ripley for the title. Do you know what? I wouldn't be mad if she did, because I think Zelina's a very good talent, very talented, and I was happy when she won Queen of the Ring. Yeah, but Rhea Ripley has only just got the spotlight she deserves on. Like she literally has just had it for 3 weeks. She hasn't had a chance to shine since WrestleMania, and I think we're waiting for Backlash to get out of the way before we start focusing on Rhea Ripley. Now that she's on Raw with the title and the drafts out of the way as well, give Rhea Ripley this victory. Let everyone wild on the rest of the women's division on Monday Night Raw. Let's do it.
Yeah. I would absolutely love for Zelina to win this match, but I also feel like Rhea's going to retain for the same reasons as we said. She hasn't had a chance to shine since WrestleMania as champion. I feel like the draft has kind of shook it up a little bit with her just winning the belt, and now she's going to Raw with the SmackDown belt. Doesn't make sense at all, but we'll see what Triple H has in store for her, and hopefully it's going to be good, because she does need that time to shine as champion. I feel like this match is kind of a bit of a throw together match just because of Zelina's heritage of the Puerto Rican background and stuff. But I don't think they'll give her the win just because they're in Puerto Rico. And I really think Rhea is going to retain.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think
that contributed a lot to that. I forgot about the whole Dom and Ray situation that could take place. So
Yeah, go.
I definitely think it will be Rhea retaining, but I do think that having Zelina up against her is actually a really good idea, though, because I don't know if you've seen previous Rhea Zelina matches, but Rhea has really good ways at like reversing a lot of Rhea's. Zelina has a great way of reversing a lot of Rhea's moves. Sorry, that sentence was really difficult to get out for me. I don't know why.
No, I agree.
But
I
yeah,
agree.
no, she's. I mean, she can reverse the Riptide, and that's her finisher. So.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I think it's going to be a great match solely based on that. I think it'll be like a good match all in all. But as you said, I don't see why they'd build up Rhea as this like dominant force that can square up to Solo Sikoa straight in the face, and you can see a match between them for her to not, retain at her technical first PLE title defense. So I definitely think it'll be Rhea retaining.
You bring up the point of her being able to counter Rhea's moves, and I agree. Like she counters them beautifully as well.
Yeah.
For a smaller girl as well. Like
she's like half the size of Rhea.
Exactly. And like, do you know what? I would book it the same way. Because funnily enough, there was like a male equivalent of that match on both sides this past week, where it was like Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio, and like them two had so much like good chemistry. Where it was like the big man of Damian Priest, like obviously stopping Rey Mysterio at every like track, but at the same time Rey countering him with the fast moves. And I think that could take place in this match as well. You got Rhea Ripley, the powerhouse, like the Eradicator. And then you got Zelina Vega just try to stick there, like stick and move, like hanging there at every single point, countering, moving out of the way. I think it could be a great match if it was booked like Damian and Rey.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. It's like there's a way that you can book it in a way that's like a really good showcase for both of them, but still have the title remain on the champion without it coming across as like the Kofi Kingston Brock Lesnar situation where Brock Lesnar like squashed him in 8 seconds. You don't have to ruin Zelina's credibility as a wrestler by having her be squashed that quickly to show how great Rhea is. You actually can put on a really good match to show how great both of them are, but obviously maybe just at the end of the day, Rhea was the one that was, the more dominant one. Rhea was the one that won because she's better, without catering to the Puerto Rican audience and without giving them what they want. You can actually put on a good match.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
But the real question is, what anime gear do you think she'll have?
Oh, I can't really answer that because I don't know much about anime, but what do you guys think?
Oh, she's not going to come with her Rengoku one again.
Nah, I feel like...
I think she's going to go some kind of Naruto.
Nah, I feel like she'll do some like Puerto Rico more inspired one this time. I kind of want her
maybe
to
a bit
do an
Street
anime
Fighter.
one.
I was just about to say because she's like affiliated with Street Fighter. She's like one of the commentators in the game now. So maybe
which is amazing.
Are there any like people in Street Fighter with that Latino descent? Like
yes.
Latino,
No, Latino. Let me quickly Google that. I'm pretty sure there is.
Ross doesn't know his Street Fighter character.
I do.
Oh my gosh.
Fighting game person.
Okay.
He's just exposed himself.
No.
While we're looking that up, Lauren, what's your opinion on this match?
I really want Elena to win it. But I don't know. Like you guys all said, it's too soon. But then again, it is WWE. How many times have titles changed hands in one link? Anything is possible, and it depends who makes the match, whether it's actually Vince or whether it's Triple H.
Don't even get me started on Vince.
Oh no.
Zelina is well able to hold herself. I feel like, I could be wrong, Ross, you might remember. I feel like she wrestled Awesome Kong when she was in TNA. I feel like that match happened.
Yes, she did.
She did. I don't think she won, but like taking on Kong, who's bigger than Rhea Ripley.
It shows that she can go.
I want to see that match.
For the Street Fighter thing, I was correct with who I was going to say. I just didn't want to be incorrect, so I double checked it. There is Laura, who is Brazilian Mexican character, and there is a brand new Puerto Rican character that is being added called Lily. So she
maybe she's the debut. Her. Yeah, I can see that.
She did cosplay Jury, which is her favorite character.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I kind of just want to see what she comes out with, because every time she does gear, like goes out of her way to do gear, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, even the gear that she had on SmackDown last week was like, it was beautiful. And that was just for Friday Night SmackDown.
Yeah,
We love Rengoku.
I was gonna say the whole fact she did Demon Slayer Rengoku as like a gear is
Don't
awesome.
make me cry, guys. Please don't make me cry.
They don't see, the thing is they don't know. This is the thing. So the character Selena Vega picked is like, he's a really wholesome character, but spoilers, sadly the character dies like very early on when you meet him. So it's
It
literally
was so sad as well.
yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
gosh.
a really emotional death. So it's like, bruh, she's picked like one of our favorite characters who we lost too soon, and where's his gear? I'm like, god damn. Can we also talk about the helmet she came out with when she came out with LWO? Like the whole sci-fi helmet as her mask she had.
That was dope. I did like
It was
that.
so sick because it was like
Yeah.
everyone else had
Yeah.
like their standard masks, and there's her like a cyberpunk one. I was like, yo,
I
this
really
is why
like
Zelina's
Zelina.
cool.
I think she's one of those utility workhorses that if you give her the opportunity, she'll be like, "Oh, you're giving me an opportunity? Oh, I've just
Yeah.
literally done everything you need. It's all ready.
Yeah.
It's ready to
It's
go.
all
I've just
sorted."
been waiting. I've just been waiting for this phone call. You know, like
Yeah.
she literally, if you ever need somebody, she will show up and she will show out. And it's like
Yeah.
WWE
Hell yeah.
needs to utilize that more. To be honest, like,
She's talented in so many different ways as well. Like she did wonders
She
for
is.
Andrade when she was in
She
NXT.
managed
when she
to,
was
Bro.
manager.
didn't she?
She wonders
Yeah.
for his career, and she's great by herself. And like I'm glad that WWE give her her flowers when they give her Queen of the Ring. I would have liked
Yeah.
for her to have something a little bit better afterwards. I mean, I hate it. I really do not like when someone wins King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring at this point, and it's like, oh, now that I've won this, now I have to act like a queen, and it's like,
we've
no,
spoken about that before too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like I'm you're just good. Can you just say
Yeah.
you're good? Like
you don't have to assume the gimmick of
Well,
a royal.
that's why I liked
Yeah.
Woods. That's why I liked Woods' version of it, because Woods was being like a comedic king of it. Oh, I've been given
Yeah.
the power. Let me just mess around with it. He wasn't
Yeah.
being anything different than his normal comedic self in the New Day. He
Yeah.
just was like, cool, I get to wear a cool crown. I'm in.
Yeah, he's like, this for me?
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, it was a dream for him to win King of the Ring. And it felt like, cool, Woods is getting the better half of this because now he's getting the title opportunity against Roman.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. And then Zelina was like, I'm going to start talking in a British accent, act like a queen, and go nowhere with it.
But exactly, they did nothing with her. They let
Yeah.
her win it and then did nothing with her.
literally
Yeah.
nothing.
So I feel like, yeah, I think we're all getting to the point where we're all like, now we can see they're trying to rebuild her, reuse her with LWO, and this will be a really good match to show her off. But yeah, everyone's got the faith in Rhea, and I don't want to see Rhea lose on another big way of only recently getting the belt, because I don't need to remind people of what Charlotte ended up doing to Rhea, do I?
No.
No, and that's my thing I was just about
Oh,
to say.
no.
Is like, well, if Rhea can go up and beat Charlotte, but she can't beat Zelina, and Zelina's not as good as Charlotte, what does that say about Rhea? You know?
Yeah. It really
It's like
throws her
it
off.
will damage both of them if
Right,
they did that.
It took Rhea 2 attempts to beat Charlotte, but you know, we don't
Yeah.
count the first one because that was stupid booking.
Yeah, that was pretty shit.
Right. Shall we move on to the next match?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's
So
talk
we
about something more
have-
exciting.
The Usos with
Oh.
Solo Sikoa versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle.
I really don't care for this match in the nicest way
Yeah.
of putting it. I really don't understand why they've booked it. Like, it's great Matt Riddle's back. Give him his fair dues. Like, yay, I'm glad he's recovered. I'm glad he's doing well. But we don't need this. Can't the tag team that have won defend their tag belts? Like, this is the
Acknowledge
perfect.
me.
Oh,
Write this down.
Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah, it's like
Someone
one of
screenshot
those like
this.
live stream jump scares. That you
yeah.
Raw screenshot this.
Hi guys, welcome to the special guest of Roman Reigns.
Taking
Just
it
joined
off.
the show.
It's
You guys
so
said that we don't
itchy.
acknowledge Roman Reigns. Well, G's acknowledging him now. I'm not doing it.
Oh,
I'm not
I am.
acknowledging Roman.
Don't worry, you've got someone here that will always acknowledge Roman Reigns.
But like, I just find it so dumb that this is booked. Like, Backlash would be the perfect opportunity for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to defend one set of the belts,
Just do a rematch.
and then lose it. I don't get this. Let's have another rematch, but add extra people into it. Don't get me wrong. I've saw one of the comments, and I agree with this. Is the only booking reason they're doing this is because Solo Sikoa is going to turn on the Usos.
Yeah. I just.
Here we go. Reese is ready for his
look,
whole.
Solo Sikoa.
I think
Massive-
his screen's guys, his screen's frozen. Take him out of the chat real quick, and then we'll bring him back in once we've finished.
Can we talk about Kevin and Sammy the other night throwing the chair to Jay? I thought that was hilarious.
Oh,
That was so funny. I had to rewind it because I wasn't paying attention. I actually thought Sammy hit Kevin with the chair for a sec.
Oh no! Right, Reese doesn't want an opinion on this match, so
I do.
Yeah,
Hang on.
he's actually frozen.
That's what's gonna
Well,
right. No, I was just doing an impression of what's gonna happen in the match. So Sikoa is gonna get in the ring, being dead intimidating, do this, and then everyone's gonna run away, and it's gonna be a forfeit for the bloodline. That's how the match is
No,
gonna go.
Reese. And
what do you think?
my child is more intimidating than Solo Sikoa.
Oh,
For God's sake.
come on, Lauren.
Yeah.
Get on the Solo Sikoa train.
No.
Get on the Solo Sikoa train, man.
Lauren.
No.
Why not? He's good.
No.
I'm on the Braun Strowman Express. I ain't going on the Solo train.
You know what? Like, the Solo just needs to go to the island of relevancy with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, and they need to go far away. Like a desert island.
Oh, no.
And I also can't wait for Conor McGregor to kick Paul Heyman's ass.
Oh, God.
By the time 2023 ends, you'll see Solo Sikoa as a world champion. That's
Oh,
what's
I
gonna
doubt
happen.
I'm cancelling my WWE network.
It needs to be Seth before Solo. Sorry. Just
Oh,
saying.
I know you're still salty about last week, Courtney. I'm not taking your Seth Rollins opinions.
I'm not taking your bloodline opinions.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm bringing it up again. I'm bringing it up
And you're
again.
lucky that I'm on the other side of the world. Otherwise, I would come and
we
beat your
drafted
ass.
Seth. Do you remember that? We drafted him.
Yeah, I know, but Raw drafted him as well. So,
Oh,
and your draft was fake as well. Don't forget it.
fake. No,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah, your
nothing
draft
that's
was
fake
fake.
about that is fake news. Ours was real. Ours
Paul
was better.
Heyman
Who won?
was
Who won? I
first
think it
in
was the
that
girls that
draft.
won.
Yeah, Paul Heyman was first in the draft.
Hey, and if
First.
if Paul Heyman was an option on our draft, we would have booked him first too.
All I'm gonna say is Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are lucky they're in a faction with Solo Sikoa, or else they wouldn't have been drafted.
Hey, Reese,
So-
why don't you go and live on the island of relevancy?
I would gladly go live on the island of relevancy. Why, like, 100% first class ticket, penthouse in the SmackDown hotel, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, why don't you just message Paul Heyman there and ask him?
100%. Like, get me a hotel room. Get me a ticket.
Guys, can we mute this guy? I don't think I want to be friends with him anymore.
I'll be the valet for the bloodline cars.
Yeah, can anybody hear Reese? Because I can't. I think we need to
I
keep
just
them
hear
out
this
and
like
add them back in
squeaking sound. It's
later. Yeah.
Oh,
World's
God.
smallest violin.
Ooh,
Guys, I've literally just got 5 timestamps from the last 5 minutes. I don't know if it's me just really exhausted and tired, or if we're actually funny. But
No, we are.
Did anyone get the timestamp of G with her Roman Reigns beard? Because we need that.
I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'd happily search back for that. I just love to see that all the time. I'm gonna screenshot it and make it my lock screen on my phone.
I'll send you a picture. I took one earlier.
Thank you.
The tribal
Alright.
Jew.
Hang on,
So
where is it?
G, what do you think of what's the match? The Usos and
Oh, so
Solo.
I was really confused why Riddle was in this match, but whatever.
Right.
Basically, I think Kevin and Sammy are gonna win with Riddle. Whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you. I kind of feel as though they could have just done a rematch from WrestleMania, and it doesn't need to be snowballing to something completely different. I kind of feel like the Bloodline's kind of lost that. I'll do an Indy Hartwell instead, actually. I feel like the Bloodline's kind of lost that steam that they had going out of WrestleMania, and I don't understand why Riddle was inserted. I I don't know.
No one else.
But yeah, I'm
But
just
then
gonna go
Riddle
with-
and Solo had that thing.
Yeah.
But
on
they've
Raw.
fought a couple of times now. It's like
Yeah.
this will be their third match that I'm seeing of them, and it's like, okay, like they
Can we not now? Yeah,
Yeah,
can
but
we
can
not?
we-
Is
yeah,
it because
yeah.
that obviously Randy's not there and they have nothing else for Riddle to do, so they're like, we'll just
Yeah,
stick
but I'm
it
sure
here.
they can find something for Riddle to do without like having to wait for
Bro,
Randy.
start
He doesn't
building
need
it.
to be- Yeah.
Start building him to the US title. Start building him as just
Yeah.
doing solo matches against other people. Have him do
Exactly.
his own style of an open
Yes.
challenge.
Because he
Call-
was something without Randy. It's like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
doesn't need to be tied
Yeah.
to Randy to be like good, you know?
Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
Here's
He
my
was
2
definitely
cents
something.
pitch for him.
He
What we
was
do
definitely
is
something without Randy. Yeah, you're right about
here's my 2 cents of how we book Matt Riddle, right? You do a whole new gimmick for him called the 420 challenge, where it is literally he open challenges anyone 420 days of the year.
that.
Or
Oh
the
my
matches are only 4 minutes and 20 seconds long.
That's it. Yeah,
That'd be
he
good.
has to beat everyone in
Yeah.
4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's
Or
it. There we
less.
go.
Yeah.
We've got it. That's great booking right there.
Yeah.
That's what
Like
we
that
do.
Do you know what? I actually don't mind that idea, to be fair. That sounds funny. That actually sounds quite funny.
At least if
Why are
we
we
get
doing
more time
WWE's
than
job
the women
today?
ever get.
Yeah.
Why are we giving it more?
Wait, what?
Yikes. She said it's
See,
more
that-
time than the women get.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not-
Anyway, Lauren.
It's funny
Oh,
because
Kevin and Sammy and Riddle. Sorry, I had like a mental block there. I was like, who was it? I love Kevin and Sammy.
I just had a thought, right? You know how like the Usos
Uh-oh.
haven't spoke to Roman since like WrestleMania? Like they've had no contact with him whatsoever since WrestleMania. What if the Usos actually win this match and that is the way for them to redeem themselves for Roman to contact them?
Yeah, maybe.
I
I would have
I
liked
think
to
they're being
see them
exiled.
get drafted separately. I would have liked to see them go to Raw and be like,
Ooh,
"Holy crap!
yeah.
Do you
I
think
wanted that.
Roman's pulled strings behind the scenes to make us not there because he's not happy with us?" And
Yeah.
have the Usos like win back the trust of Roman Reigns. That's what I
I was
would have
quite
done.
disappointed. I was actually honestly disappointed when the Usos got drafted to SmackDown. I was like, well, what's the point in all the debating and all the
What's
Yeah.
the point of them
all
trying
the
to prove
teasing that they were
Roman?
going to split up? And I'm like, oh, why?
Yeah.
Like,
I think we were
Yeah.
all in agreement of that. We were like, oh, the 3 of them have been booked to SmackDown. That it's obvious Usos are going to Raw. So then we got swerved, and it was like,
Yeah.
but it's not a good swerve.
No.
You had the
Yeah.
perfect storyline where
Well,
fans
yeah.
were like, let's go
You
to
literally
Raw.
had the opportunity.
Because there was all that backstage segment with Paul Heyman where he was like, it's okay, you're going to get drafted, it's going to be fine, you'll
Yeah,
be
and
fine.
then they
it'll
should have
be
just done it and be
fine."
like, "No, you're not." Yeah.
And then it just never happened. And they ended up on SmackDown anyway.
Okay,
Do you know
we
what would
were-
have been
Further
interesting?
demise.
Do you know what would have been interesting?
What?
But they ruined this because they said they was drafting everyone at the same time. I tell you what would have been interesting if Jimmy got drafted to SmackDown and they left Jay on Raw.
Or
Oh, bro, like
Or-
split the actual Usos up. Oh,
Yes.
I would take that, you know.
That would be fun.
before the match, Roman is gonna ask to see them, and he's gonna basically tell them, if you do not bring the titles back to the bloodline, you're out.
Yeah.
They need
To
to
give
do
you one
something.
last chance and you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to, or like maybe this is the final straw for Jay because he's been saying on Raw for weeks now, like, "Oh, you made your decision, and whether I like it or not, I made mine." I thought that was a very interesting thing that he said
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
come
also-
on, Jay, just turn on the bloodline. We've been waiting
Yeah.
for months, man. Come on, Jay, we know you can do it. Main event
Also-
Jay Uso, baby.
main
also
event
the
J,
fact of what they
baby.
were saying, how they did that promo after just before the draft as well, when it was obviously the main event and then being KO Sammy rematch for the Usos, where they were like, "I know we haven't spoke to you since WrestleMania, you know, no call
Yeah.
back, no DM back, send a message in a bottle, nothing came
Send a
back."
message on the product.
Like they went all like really
Yeah.
funny, kept going with it, so you can tell the fact they are trying to get Roman to speak to them. They're trying to get that connection again, and Roman stopped them at every hurdle. What's
Yeah.
not to say he stops them at this hurdle with this match? We
Yeah.
we have their match start, and you just have a random call, come to, like the Titantron, and it's Roman speak like the audio comes through speaking to Paul Heyman. Maybe it was the call that was made where Paul Heyman went to Solo. It's your time. It's your night. And we hear that audio play where it's literally Roman has said to Solo needs to finish the Usos. And then it happens.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Do you know how he'd do that though? He'd just turn around and go, Solo! And then it would happen.
I want that. But I would want that. That's what I'm saying. That's how you fix this scenario of this match of 3 versus 3 that we don't need.
It could be that could be the thing, because there has been little hints, like you've been saying here and there, that something is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That's
Heyman
something
is
happening.
very Solo relevancy right now. He doesn't really care about the Usos. Everything is about Solo.
He's been in the main event a lot as well lately, Solo. Like
the last 2 SmackDowns, I think. Yeah.
And Raw as well. Was he was Raw this week as well, right?
Yeah, with Seth.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's been in a lot of main events. I think they're building up Solo for something big, and I think they're just
Solo versus Rhea.
Handle the main event pressure.
Yeah.
You know
Me
what?
too. I'd pay to see that.
I would definitely be happy to see an intergender match, and it's actually a genuine match, not like a man and a woman versus a man and a woman, and it's a tag match, and it's women versus women in the ring, and then a man versus a man in the ring. You can't have them go against each other.
Man versus man.
Bring it back to the freaking.
I like that.
Bring it back to the Beth Phoenix and China days where they were beating the heck out of the men. Like
Beth
Rhea
Phoenix
could do it
versus the Great Khali. Like what?
Exactly. Rhea could do it. Rhea is the next reincarnation of a woman that could beat up the men. Do it. Show it off.
She's not like most girls.
Exactly.
Anyway. She's not like most girls.
Right.
No,
next.
she's mommy.
Yeah. Did you hear me, Ross, earlier? I said do man versus mommy.
Yes.
Oh,
That's why you
I didn't hear that. No, that's good.
Man versus
That is
mommy.
good.
That's the era that she needs to be, men versus mommy, and she gets the freaking, I don't care, give her an intercontinental belt on top of the women's belt.
Literally, she should be the one to dethrone them. Sorry.
You know what?
Mommy's bout. We'll make a special bout for her, the mommy bout.
Yeah. The mommy versal. Yeah.
Mommy vessel.
Right, anyway. Next match we have is Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny.
Let's go. I'm happy for this one. I'm ready for it.
Damian Priest, because Bad Bunny is meant to only be the host, but he's now going to Puerto Rico to beat his ass, but I doubt it. Damian Priest needs a win. He is literally looking the weakest in the Judgment Day now, so I feel like a win would re-solidify him as kind of the powerhouse hard hitter, especially against celebrity talent in Puerto Rico. Especially if you're booking him as a heel. Imagine him winning in Puerto Rico against Bad Bunny, like the most famous guy to come out of there for music industry. It'd be huge.
Yeah. I definitely think Judgment Day and LWO will get involved in this match somehow. I've
Oh,
just said
yeah.
it in the comments,
You
but
just
that's
said that
100%
in
my
the
thoughts as well.
comments.
Yeah.
100%.
See, we do read the
100%.
comments.
I would like Damian Priest to win this match, but he's not going to. Like I just don't think. I don't see it. I think that because it's going to be in Puerto Rico, there's going to be a hometown hero win, and it's not going to be Zelina, so it's going to be Bad Bunny.
I want Bad Bunny to win though. I don't like the Judgment Day.
We know this.
Surely you can't want Bad Bunny to
Does
beat
Lauren
Damian
like
Priest.
anyone? Because all I ever hear from her mouth is, I don't like them.
She likes Indy Hartwell. That's all I know.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't like Indy Hartwell?
There are some people out there.
So I'm assuming though that it's going to be like indexed back together now because both of them are on one brand.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Go on,
Hopefully,
Reese. Courtney, whoever was talking, carry on.
It was you.
Yeah, it was you talking.
Was it?
Yeah, you were still talking.
Was I?
Yes.
God damn it! What
I
is
don't
happening?
even remember saying
I thought it was
anything.
Reese.
Yeah.
Is this the
No, I
Backlash
finished.
of
I finished, and then
WrestleMania?
obviously it's
Come on.
G next. G, go on, carry on.
Okay. I agree with Reese. I think Bad Bunny's going to win this. For Puerto Rico, I don't know. I just feel like Bad Bunny's going to win this. I don't really have much to say on this match. I like Bad Bunny. I like Damian Priest, but I just don't think Priest is going to win this time.
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel. I just feel like if you're going to have someone like Bad Bunny come and do Puerto Rican PLE, like they're obviously going to have the hometown hero win. But I do think they do need to pay more attention to Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Build him back up because, like,
100%.
yeah, I just feel like he's kind of everyone else is doing really well in Judgment Day. Rhea's doing well. Finn's always going to do well in Judgment Day. Dominic gets booed out of the building before he can even say a sentence.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then you've
God.
just got Damian Priest just sitting in the background waiting to say something. So yeah, I definitely
Dominic.
think it'll be Bad Bunny for the win, but give Damian Priest some love.
Do you know what? Like, even if he wasn't talented in any other way, can we just put Damian Priest because the South of Heaven finishing mover is so good?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
even if that was his only good quality, I'd want him to have a push just because of that. But Damian Priest is
Yeah.
so good on the microphone. He's got the look.
He is.
Like, he's got the talent in the ring. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like since Damian Priest lost his United States Championship, he's just done nothing, and that's so sad because his United States Championship was such a good run. And he is so talented as a person all around that it's upsetting that he has literally done barely anything other than be backside for Judgment Day.
It's just really hard for creative, I think, because like you said, you've got so many good stars, and it's like it almost feels like there's not enough time on TV to be able to showcase everyone you want to. So you have to do a couple of different people a week, and then there'll be times where you feel like oh, I haven't seen this person in a while, or we've been overexposed to this person. It's just finding that balance of building up stars while also continuing the storylines as well.
Yeah. But hopefully with the addition of the heavyweight belt, I'm hoping that will open up more opportunities for other people because some world title picture and mid-carders will move to that scene, opening up some mid-card title spaces for more people to move up.
Yeah. And if you have a women's mid-card as well too, that would give more space.
Give Priest and Dom a tag team title run. There we go. Fix it. There we go. Like
that's if I was booking Judgment Day, I'd obviously have Rhea as women's champion, and then I'd have Damian and Dom as tags, and then I'd have Finn as US or Intercontinental if it's possible. You create like that kind of like bloodline style faction lower down the card.
We need them tag bouts splitting for sure.
Yeah.
And this is what I was saying. I don't get why they are not being put up at Backlash. I don't get how you are not already.
Yeah.
I don't get why Sami Zayn and
they
Kevin
should never
Owens
have unified the tag titles anyway.
Yeah, but it was for the Usos though. That's why.
Yeah.
I think it should have been for the unified tag team titles at WrestleMania, that's absolutely fine. But I think they should have been split up a long time before that.
That's you had an opportunity. They should never have unified them in the first place.
Well, I think not even that. I didn't mind it being unified for a little bit, but you had an opportunity a couple of months ago on Raw where the Judgment Day won that gauntlet match, and Damian Priest looked like an absolute beast in that match because he went for like an hour, and and at the time the match after it was for the Raw tag team titles. Why didn't they give the Judgment Day them? Because like the Usos still would have had that long ass run because they won the SmackDown tag team titles, so they still would have had the numbers. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the SmackDown. Sorry, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Usos for the SmackDown tag team titles still would have been an interesting match to see.
Exactly, because it's still dethroning the bloodline in some way because it's taking some gold out of their arsenal.
Yeah,
but also with KO and Sami Zayn winning at WrestleMania, both of the titles is unified. They could have cut a promo where they're like, "Look, we've been thinking for some time, and we feel like we're in a position where we can't actually defend these." On multiple brands, we're going to vacate one lot of them and do a tournament for the next lot. That would have been a way in showing you've got credible fighting champions who know their limits and they're like, hey, we actually can't do double duty,
Where was Sami and Kevin drafted to? Were they drafted to Raw?
Yep, Raw.
Yeah. So there's a possibility they could like split and get rid of the SmackDown ones at some point.
Yeah.
I think they need to. I think it's going to happen at Night of Champions. Maybe they'll have to defend them twice or something.
To throw it out there, I actually think something's going to happen because Kevin Owens kind of teased it without teasing it. Have you noticed how he's been wearing a Dusty Rhodes shirt kind of a bit more frequently on TV?
No.
I mean, he loves Dusty Rhodes, but I haven't looked into it that much.
So there is a tag team tournament that is very much known throughout WWE's history. The Dusty Rhodes Classic. When you win that, you get put onto the Dusty Rhodes statue as your tag team name, and you are given a tag team title opportunity. It usually was for NXT, but they've not brought it back in ages. Why don't Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn do it that way? Go, right, Dusty Rhodes Classic Tournament. When you win, you get to pick one belt from the brand you win. If you are on the SmackDown brand, you're going to fight us for just the SmackDown belt.
Yeah.
If you're on the Raw belt, if you're on the Raw brand, you're going to fight us for the Raw belt.
Yeah.
If you're on the NXT brand, you get to pick which brand, and then you become a free agent of going into that area.
There are ways of fixing the problem. They just need to think about it a little bit more.
They just need to hire all of us as creative.
I just think Dusty Rhodes is a literally gold mine that you're sat on and not doing anything with it, especially for the tag team divisions. That is how you fix your tag teams. Run a Dusty Rhodes tournament, separate the belts as the options once they've won that tournament. There you go. That's how you separate the tag team.
Do you think if they were to do that, it would be a case of them having to like not get permission from Cody, but like make sure it's okay? Because I kind of feel like if you have someone in the company whose father's passed away, and I'm only speaking from how I would feel, I would kind of want to know what's happening, why it's happening, and get some form of like indication on if this has got good intentions behind it or not. Because the fact that Dusty keeps getting brought up, it's kind of, sometimes I'm feeling like maybe they're just doing it just to name drop, and they're not really aware of how they should be dropping it frequently. It's like with the whole Paul Heyman Cody Rhodes storyline. Like Cody Rhodes said, I think in an interview, that he was like, I don't really like my dad's name being dropped so much. So it'd be definitely be a case of like having to make sure it's okay with Cody first, because like, you know, it's obviously hard for Cody every single time Dusty gets brought up.
Yeah.
Doesn't that, you see, their real surname obviously is Runnels. So because Dusty has passed, is the Rhodes name copyrighted now to WWE? Or?
No. The Dusty Rhodes Classic is still a tournament that WWE owns. They have the license and everything.
Yeah.
But
exiting Arita.
Okay.
I don't know what was in the background there.
What was that?
It was Clive. He pressed something on the keypad. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's just wanting to get his piece. Clive.
But Cody gave the consent to the Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament from the beginning. It was literally Dusty gave the go-ahead, and his son, being Dustin and Cody, were like, yeah, no, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
I think it's when it's used against Cody is what he's trying to more refer to as, why do you constantly need to remind me of my dad in promos? Can't you just actually attack me for who I am?
Yeah. And I just think they just need to do that going forward. Just like make sure it's all good, because it might just leave a sour taste in people's mouths.
It was kind of like the whole. It kind of reminds me of the whole Paige versus Charlotte, when like Paige had to say about Charlotte's brother like that. I thought WWE were low for that.
Yeah,
like, that was low.
Even Saraya came out and said that she's like, I shouldn't have said that. I should have put my foot down and said, no, I'm not saying that.
It's just a crutch, though. It's a crutch that heels lean on for Cody, I think. Like, every single time there is a promo, like, they do bring up, you're nothing like your father, or you'll never be the wrestler like your father is, or you're never going to live up to his standards.
Like, but what if Cody doesn't want to be like Dusty? Have you ever thought about that in a promo segment? Like, you don't have to be exactly like your mother or your father. Like, I just want to be me.
Cody actually said this in a promo, which was one of my absolute all-time favorite promos he's ever done. This was back when he was in New Japan, and he won the US title while he was holding the NWA World Heavyweight as well. So he not only held the belt his dad was holding, but he also just won the US title, and it was against Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson used to be in NXT, and everyone was praising Juice Robinson for how he became on the mic. People that started getting good on the mic from NXT were getting referred to as Dusty's children. And he went, if you didn't think this was personal, it is actually personal, because I'm his goddamn actual son.
Yeah.
So that's where you can tell Cody can also play back into it. You want to bring up my dad's name, I will run through you very easily in a promo. But 100%, I agree that it is a difficult situation of, bringing up the dead. It's why I don't like when certain other people, like, right now, the whole speculation of LWO being made, and everyone being like, oh, are they just coining this in for Eddie and bringing Eddie too much up because Ray's Hall of Fame? I'm like, well, no. Like, if LWO wanted to be remade and they've now got enough faction people to make LWO, I don't get why they can't do that. Like,
I was up in the air at it at first, well, and I said this on a couple of reviews that I did. I was like, LWO, I wasn't sure of how I felt on like the faction being brought back. Like, I'm never usually an advocate of, oh, let's just bring back like we're the new Heart Foundation. Like, it's like I don't usually like that, but fair play to Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde and Escobar. Like they're kind of carving their own route and like just using it as like they're paying respect to Eddie, but not going.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that, they have that little thing now at the beginning of the theme song, that Viva la Raza, and then that's it really. Like, I'm fine.
It's not like it's Eddie's full team.
No, they're not trying to take over or replace them. They're just literally like, hey, like we're gonna show legacy, but also build our own as well.
Yeah, it's like rebuilding the legacy and recarving what people used to. How I see it is, people used to love this, would back it, especially for the culture. So it's now rebringing that culture of wrestling back, but in a new era, for where kids didn't know LWO used to exist. I was a kid who was like, oh, I love LWO, I love NWO, I love all these factions that were being built, but I didn't know like the relevancy of the culture behind it for the longest time.
Yeah.
How did we get here? Oh yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Usos.
Also, like, is it just everybody bring a cat today?
Yeah, it's coming to cat day.
Fun fact, I'm allergic to cats.
Really?
You know that
Yo, Clive, who do you think is gonna win?
Yeah, Clive. Who you got?
I'll just need to let Mia go.
I'll ask Jasper in a minute.
Mia's just told me, guys, that she's an Homo sapien, and I.
Oh,
hey, stop!
No.
Yeah.
Does she acknowledge the bloodline?
Of course.
Oh,
Yes.
Does Clive?
She throws the ones up.
Hang on, let's ask him.
Oh.
Okay, Clive, you can't be here.
I didn't know if you were going to go for the one paw or the one claw. I didn't know what you were trying to say.
I think he might claw me if I go for the one claw.
Clive throwing up the ones. Love it.
Anyway, are we moving?
Anyway, is there any other matches?
Yes.
Yeah, there's two more. We've got two more.
No, one more.
Two more?
I've only got one more wrote down.
Who have you got?
Cody and Brock.
There's Seth and Omos as well.
Ah, yes, Seth and Omos.
You know,
Wait, that's
I asked in the chat this morning, I have 6 matches wrote down. Do I have them all?
I've just remembered from my Homo sapien
I forgot
joke.
about this one, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right,
So did I.
Right,
we'll go for Cody and Brock next, and then we'll do Seth and Omos.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, we're saving the main event. Omos and Seth. Yes, that's the main event. We all know
I
it.
literally posted this morning saying, have I got all the matches?
We
And everyone
forgot
was like,
because
I
We
was probably
forgot.
asleep at that
God.
I was
Right, you
probably
want?
asleep at that point. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, listen, you almost got them all, but we didn't. We got 6.
You nearly made Connie spit out a drink.
This laptop's been back for 2 weeks, Reese.
What?
Don't you dare. I swear.
I'm gonna fly
Don't.
over there and just steal your Grogu cushion or whatever that is. I want it.
It's
Right, come on then. Cody versus
Anyway.
Brock. Ross, go.
Cody, you literally need to have Cody win to do this whole I lost at the biggest opportunity, rebuild me against the strongest and biggest people out there. If
Yep.
Brock wins, Cody is literally buried, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reese?
Let's see if we make Grogu do the Brock Lesnar jog. Dun, 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 dun.
You're saying Brock to win? Are you serious?
No, it's got to be Cody, right? It has got to be
Exactly.
Cody. Although, no, you know
Brock's
what?
looking-
Screw it. Screw it. I'm an agent of chaos. Come on, Brock. Dun.
Brock's looking like the
Dun,
Go
dun,
creepy
get
dun,
me
old
dun.
a cowboy hat. Reese, have you got a cowboy hat for Grogu?
No, I don't. I actually don't know.
Brock's looking like the creeper out of Jeepers Creepers with that jacket and that cowboy hat.
No,
I'm not, I know. I know.
No. He looks like if He looks like if Jeff Jarrett took bull shark testosterone for 5 months straight.
Oh my
It looks
god.
like-
I cannot unsee that. I was like watching, like the first time he came out with the coat and the cowboy hat, I was like, he looks like, why does that remind me of something? And just the creeper from Jeepers Creepers.
But you also look like Trish Stratus too, so.
Oh
Yeah.
god,
Christian better
yo!
looking.
Anyway,
Thank you, Brock.
have you said yours, Reese? Who you think's gonna win?
Yeah, I said Brock. Screw it. Let's
Okay.
do it. Agent of Chaos. Absolutely F5 the crap out of Cody, Brock. Let's do it.
All right.
You know what? I think Brock's gonna win as well.
Yes! Come on, G.
I'm sorry. It's just because Brock, I don't know, Mr. I can do what I want when I want at the moment, interrupting
Yeah.
the draft. He stopped Shawn Michaels from talking. Oh, I'm not happy with him.
So mad when that happened.
Ooh.
Who does not?
But yeah, so I don't think Cody's gonna win. I think Brock's gonna win. Mr. Big Man, big meaty man.
I feel like they're doing very similar to what they did with John Cena in 2012. Like, I don't know if you've seen that side by side photo. I feel like they're doing the exact same thing. I don't know if this generation's audience and fan base in 2023 is going to want to sit around for long-term storyline like they had with John Cena back in 2012. So it's really hard for me to say, that because I genuinely would love Cody to win, but I almost feel like WWE, as you said, Brock Lesnar's a free agent. He does whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like they're going to play to their strengths with that. And I don't know if it's going to hurt Cody or if it's going to help him. But I mean, if you can't slay the beast, well, then you shouldn't, in a real sense, if you can't slay the beast, what makes people think that you can then go back up against Roman? It's you've got to beat Brock to get back to Roman.
Oh yeah, this is to give him the credibility back, but unfortunately, he's not gonna go after Roman.
I think WWE just want him to face some adversity. I think is what I've been seeing.
I know,
online,
but they're gonna give him the world title, and they shouldn't.
No, he needs to go after Roman.
Cody. I hope it's not Cody.
I've got videos in my drafts about this. He needs to go after Roman. I don't want to see him get the new heavyweight title. It needs to go to someone more credible who's actually been a former world champion.
Yeah. I think
Finn Balor.
They should give it to Seth. I think they should give it to Seth personally.
Yeah, I'll probably cry if they do, to be honest.
But I do think it should be like the Universal title thing. I think it should be Finn and Seth again. That'd be dope.
Thank you.
And
There we
then-
go.
I've been saying that as well too.
Well, I think Seth should win this time. I
Yeah.
do.
No, Finn.
You already said yeah, Ross.
All right,
Ross, you already said
Lauren.
yeah.
Lauren, who do you think, Cody or Brock? We're getting
As
off track here.
much as I love Cody and I want Cody to win, I think it's gonna be Brock. I really am a Brock girl at heart.
Yo, this is some bullshit. I feel like, this is
Language.
conspiring.
I just don't see I feel like that when Cody came back, they were like, right, we're not gonna, push Cody straight away, give him a title because we don't want the fans thinking, oh, we're only doing this because Cody has come back after setting up his own company.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of doing it I feel like Cody will be heavyweight champion at some point, but I feel like they're
It'll
going
be
to
a
build
slow
up to
burn.
it. Yeah,
It's a slow burn.
because I feel like if they just brought Cody and he beats Roman, he beats whoever, and they're like, well, what is the point? And just come back in and handed him the title.
Yeah, and that's what Seth has said. Seth has been like, I literally have been in this company the entire time you've been gone. I've had it on my back. I've done everything I need to do.
Yeah,
I've gone above and beyond, and then you come back and you get pushed for a title. It's kind of
And
that's how he feels
also,
about it.
just to throw it out there, Seth is the most over guy in the company. Give
Yeah.
him the world
but
title.
can we just talk about Seth is not living on the same planet as us? I love Seth. He's just so eccentric. He is just on a different
I
level.
love him.
No, I love him
so
too,
much.
and it's so
good.
funny because
Yeah.
my mom doesn't have the sports channel, so when she comes here and watches it, she will be like, "Is he okay?"
I showed my mum that video of Seth Rollins' theme being sung in, was it Paris for 10
Yeah.
minutes or something?
Yeah.
And my mum was like, who is this? And I told her, I was like, oh, it's Becky Lynch's husband, Seth Rollins, my favorite male wrestler of all time. And my mum was like, I literally have never seen anything to do with wrestling, but he looks phenomenal. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you go, Shaz.
Does he
You
have
got it.
does he have ADHD? Because he is just so hyper. I love him.
No, he just
Bye-bye,
he
bitch.
just knows how to do it.
Yeah, bye-bye, bitch. Anyway.
He definitely wears Becky's clothes.
What are you on about? Becky wears his clothes. Did you not see the fact she was jealous about his freaking WrestleMania jacket? She
Yeah.
was
I don't
want
need
that.
visuals of Seth in a bra. Okay, I
look at
don't
them now,
need that.
If
She
you didn't
probably-
know they were married, they're not a couple I would put together. But when you actually see videos of them together and stuff, they're just perfect.
Do you know,
Yeah.
I seen one when Raw went off air a few weeks ago. Becky was waiting for him. He was coming out to do a dark match, and she was stood there. When she heard his theme as she was going through the door,
I was
she came
seeing
back
that.
out and she waited for him and gave him a kiss and then walked off.
I seen that. That was so cute.
Boo, boo, boo.
That
And
squeaking
also-
sounds come back. I don't really know what's going on.
Breaking-
With that.
Did anybody hear that?
Breaking kayfabe,
It
bro.
must be the
That's
wind. It's very
kayfabe,
windy
yo.
here tonight. It's very,
All
very
right,
windy
let's
here
jump
tonight.
on to Seth since we're talking about him so much.
Yeah.
Your
Second
favourite
Omar.
subject?
I want
It is my
Seth to-
favorite subject, and I'm proud of that. So
Omos to win.
no,
Is it-
absolutely not.
The 7-foot giant
God.
is going to put his 7-foot
It's
Thank
shoe
God
in
no one had
Stop
headphones in
Seth.
that
It's
time. 'Cause
over.
Courtney's no was so loud.
What's that? Sorry.
When you shouted no that time, I was like, thank God none of us had earphones in because we'd probably be deaf right now.
What do you mean? What do you
Oh.
mean?
I didn't even know it was your hat. I didn't even know it was
That's
that.
it to do.
Yeah.
No.
I can't even pretend that I want almost to win because I really
Yeah, no,
don't.
I am joking. It is Seth to win. I was
Yeah.
just
Why?
Yeah.
I
My
want
thing
Seth
is
to
like,
win.
why are we having Seth and Omos if we're lining Seth up for this world heavyweight title? Like, it
I
does
don't-
absolutely nothing for Seth to be in this stupid attraction match, and
Well,
then
like-
have him go for a title.
Well, this is
Well,
what's going
almost
to
is an
happen.
attraction. That's what he's used for. He's the giant. He,
I know, but
it's
it
just like
doesn't-
they used Andre the Giant for
Bring
back
the
in the day.
Great Khali back and Great Khali versus Omos.
No.
No.
So Omos is going to win, which then lines Seth up for an amazing win with the World Heavyweight Championship.
But wouldn't
Which
it make
lines
sense for him
almost
to
up-
come out of this match looking really strong going into the world heavyweight inaugural match?
But
Yeah.
I think because like Omos is so tall and big and everything, like no matter who he wrestles, no matter like how better they are, because he's so tall and stuff, I think everybody is going to be the underdog to, like against him.
Seth
But I
will
mean,
definitely carry the
he's
match
used
for
as the
sure.
attraction. Like he is a sight to see that the people want
Yeah.
to see a big guy like
Yeah.
Omos. Like it doesn't matter if he loses every single match. Like you're not going to bet against the giant. Like he's credible. Like people
That's-
want to see.
That's what I'm
something.
saying. I would love to see the Great Khali versus Omos.
I want to see
I just-
fatal
The
four
Khali
way.
chop straight to the head.
I just think that if they're going to have like Seth go in for something like this, like I just feel as though like I know Seth's going to carry the match. Any match that Seth touches on like a premium live event is like 5-star. It's second to none. He's like incredible. And I'm not saying this because I love him. I'm saying literally like he is one of the best technical wrestlers.
Oh,
that
Yeah,
I've
no,
ever
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Seth is amazing,
My thing-
but,
my
like,
thing
it's
is that
Brock
just, like,
Lesnar.
If you're going to put him into this world heavyweight title picture, he needs to stop putting people over. He actually
Yeah.
needs to like show that he is like a credible force and he can take that title. He needs to stop putting people over.
He has
Because I
been a
found
bit
that
of a
within the
winning
last
streak
couple
lately,
years,
to be
he's
fair.
had to do that. He's had
was
to do
gonna-
that, which is why he's been out of the world title picture.
But
He
I just
was-
feel
they
like
need to-
if Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar can't beat Omos, then how is Seth going to? That's
He
what I
did.
feel like. That's what I feel like WWE's thinking is.
We're not really
Brock did
thinking
beat
that.
Omos.
Brock,
Did he?
Yeah. He
Oh,
won by a roll. Brock won by a really quick roll up on Omos like that.
What? I thought he F5'd him.
He F5'd and then like it was like Omos went to like kick out and then I'm pretty sure it was like a very quick like F5 call that looked like a roll.
I didn't
up.
even see the match at Mania, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I had missed that match.
Did I
Yeah.
I
put-
think right.
Night 2 Mania wouldn't load for me.
But basically, let's put it this way. 100% agree with what you're saying about the whole Seth situation. They
Yeah.
need to stop basically booking him in scenarios where he's selling that he is, he's putting everyone over. Because look at how many premium lives events he's done it and the wrestlers he's gone against to make other people look good. He put Riddle over at Clash at the Castle. He's put Logan Paul over. He freaking come on now.
Yeah, the list goes on. It's so long that you can't even list it. But then all these people that he's put over, where are they now? As well, you
Exactly.
think about that. It's like, where are they now? Because he put him over at Extreme Rules as well too, when he lost the cage match before Bray Wyatt came out. It's like where are these people now that Seth's put over? And also, is there not anybody else in the company that you trust enough to be able to do this? You know,
Exactly, and it's just like it just feels really weird to have the world heavyweight title come back, and now we're kind of already booking Seth into the Omos feud. Like I would kind of be like, Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. What I would like to see is Seth is strong and beats the crap out of Omos, but I would be interested to see if Seth lost due to interferences that Omos got set up with some of the free agents that are now lurking about.
Yeah.
Like, if let's just hypotheticals, MVP books a couple of these free agents to set up like a mini group to walk down alongside Omos. They're all hooded up. We don't know who they are, and then they all jump Seth at some point in the match. So obviously DQ, whatever, and then they all reveal themselves one by one, and it's like starts either like a forming of a Hurt Business or a new faction MVP is gonna run like the Hurt Business.
Well,
But
the thing about the Hurt Business is, I think it works for them being free agents because they're a business. Like they get hired to do certain things.
Yeah,
like how they were hired to fight Retribution, like back in like when Retribution was going around. Like MVP made like a deal to like fight like Retribution in exchange for a tag team title match. So I think it makes sense for like an Almost Shelton and Cedric to remain free agents, so then they can go wherever.
Yeah, that can be the new Hurt Business because you've got, like you said, Omos, Cedric, Shelton, MVP. And then if you wanted to, say, for example, bring up like a Carmelo Hayes to be a free agent to assist in some Hurt Business stuff. And then you could always set up like a wee little business deal for like the Street Profits to help out too. MVP could be like, you help me out, I'll help you guys get a tag team title. You know?
There's someone in NXT who's a free agent right now, and that's Von Wagner. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the Hurt Business.
I would not like him in there.
I mean, it gives him something to do, dude. And it gives him like a mouthpiece like MVP as well, because he cannot talk on the microphone.
Oh yeah, no, like he's good. He's decent in ring, but he can't talk on a mic for anything. I think what made Hurt Business great was every single one of them can talk on the damn mic if they're given the chance.
Yeah, which is why if you were going to have Omos in Hurt Business, MVP needs to do the talking for him because
But we'll see where it goes. I mean, we all still want Seth to win. That's kind of the no-brainer. It'd be a bit shameful if Seth didn't win, but
I think Omos is going to win.
I hate that so much.
Yeah,
Me too.
I hate that you think that, but I understand why you're thinking.
I respect your opinion. I do.
I want Seth to win.
Yeah.
But I think Omos is going to win.
Yeah,
I'm like the same kind of thinking of Yuji.
Oh, so we've got an almost picker here as well.
Sorry?
We've got another almost picker as well.
No, I want Seth to win. Like, I would love Seth to win, but it's just like the way Omos has been booked, where like he's literally squashing everybody.
Yeah, he squashed this guy on Raw in like 2 minutes.
I seen that.
Still more time than the women get.
It was a choice.
Like, WWE, like, you know, they
kind of stop it.
They don't think the way we're thinking about matches. I think they just think like, okay, Omos is a 7-foot giant, so he has to win because he's a 7-foot giant.
Yeah, but if you're not good in the ring, what does 7
Oh,
foot
yeah, no,
of your...
I know that. I've decided Omos is going to beat Roman Reigns for the belt.
Oh, God.
Oh, so with that being said, I saw that Vince
Vince
McMahon had actually put some like names forward of who like should go up against Roman, and Omos was one of them, and a whole bunch of WWE creative staff like scoffed at the idea and was like, no. Like, why would you do that?
Nice. Good to know.
Why would you do that? No. But also, if we're talking about Roman quickly, I do have an idea that actually
you'll start race. Don't.
Now come on.
I'm just gonna say it because I've got Ross interested now too. The Bloodline versus the OC.
Oh, 100%.
We've said
100%.
this, yeah.
Fuck it. Buck that all day. I
Yeah.
literally messaged you that as soon as you were like, oh, OC, you're on SmackDown. I was like, yeah.
OC,
So buck
OC, baby.
Yeah, but what female would you put with the Bloodline? Because obviously the OC have Mia Yim, and everyone thought Trinity was going to come back, and now that's not happening.
It doesn't need to.
You don't need
They
to.
Don't need to.
Yeah.
Because you've
But if
already
you
got
wanted
your
to-
3 verse 3. You've got
If you
your 3
wanted
verse 3.
to,
You've also
you
got
could always
Tamina
just
now.
bring in Nia Jax for like 5 minutes.
No.
Tamina's sat there doing nothing. Yeah, Lucy said it perfectly. Tamina.
Also, speaking of Tamina
Yeah.
saying they do nothing, did anybody know until like just the other day that Alicia Fox was still signed to WWE? Because
Yeah.
I did not.
I thought she was.
No, I didn't know either.
Yeah, I thought
No,
she left like a couple of years ago.
No, she's been signed. She was kind of doing like a lot of backstage like helping
Backstage,
producing
yeah.
and
Not
helping
anymore.
everyone.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't like. I thought she like was gone like a long time ago, and then just
It
back for
wouldn't
the
surprise
Worlds.
me if she wanted to stay in the wrestling industry if AEW swooped her up or if Impact got her. It wouldn't surprise
She
me.
actually was brilliant though in the ring, except for when she was obviously wrestling drunk. But
I wouldn't say she was brilliant. I mean, she had a really good Northern Light suplex, but apart from that, she was pretty terrible.
no, but I loved her with when they had the mixed match challenge her with Braun. I just thought that match was hilarious.
Oh, the Braun, like
Good.
they need that. I'd say you talk about tournaments. Bring
That's
back
a
the
big
big
one.
challenge.
Yeah.
Braun ones were the best.
Mm.
Mixed match challenge was great. You had the Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss one, which was great. You had the
Becky
Jay
and
and
Sammy.
the Naomi one. You had the Asuka and the Miz one, which was funny because the Miz was just celebrating so much because Asuka was undefeated at the time, so he was just like, "I'm gonna win because I've got Asuka on my team."
Charlotte and AJ.
Yeah, Charlotte and AJ,
Becky and
Sammy
Sammy as well
Becky.
too was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Becky and Sammy was great.
that was
I
good.
think
I
it was
love
Vicky and Sammy. I was like, did I skip the
Becky and
chapter?
Sammy.
Vicky.
Vicky and Sammy.
It's just the accent, guys.
Vicky.
Right, guys. Do we have any final thoughts on Backlash? Do we think we'll get another match announced tomorrow night or anything like that?
I think the
I'm
card's
gonna-
pretty loaded. I feel
Match
like
of the night, I think, is probably
Yeah.
going to be Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny.
Yes.
I'm gonna call it.
Nah, I'm gonna say Io versus Bianca.
yeah.
Okay.
Just because they're gonna do some crazy spots, especially with Io getting the full ring
I
to
also
herself.
think Rhea and Zelina's going to be a fantastic match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Just-
has
just-
potential.
Just
So.
another quick one. Are they just calling it Backlash, or is it still WrestleMania Backlash?
No, it's just Backlash now.
Thank God.
Wasn't it
Hated
always
it
originally
being called that.
Backlash?
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
years
and then
ago
it got
when first
renamed
started?
WrestleMania,
And then they
and
renamed it. Yeah.
they just and then they just thought that every single match that was on WrestleMania needed to happen on Backlash as well.
Yeah,
it's
it's just
like
a rematch.
Yeah.
rematch. Yeah.
At least this is
Yeah.
not a rematch. This is here's the backlash of what's happened the weeks after WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That's
which makes more
quite
sense.
literally why this PLE was made. It's like let's look
Exactly,
at the
yeah.
fallout. Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, no, I'm glad it's not called WrestleMania Backlash anymore. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
It
agree.
seems to me like they're bringing back quite a few of the old pay-per-views, like Night of Champions, Backlash.
Night of Champions very much got changed, by the way, because that was meant to be really
That's a
focused on
conversation for
King of the
another
Ring.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okie dokie, guys.
Mm.
Well,
I guess we are done then.
we're done.
Yeah.
All right. So, main question: are we actually excited for this pay-per-view?
No.
To be honest,
I
like
don't
I'm
know, you
actually
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
so-
I've got to sit and watch it with this guy.
Who?
Excuse
Oh, yeah.
you.
You're pointing at
you're,
me,
po-
Jay.
you're pointing at the wrong area. Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
Reese
no,
is
wait,
next
wait,
to
wait.
me on mine. Reese
No,
is
he's
on-
that side. He's that
That's
side.
He's that
Wait.
side for you. Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
Hi,
Maybe.
G. Deesh, deesh,
I have to
deesh.
sit
Yeah.
and watch it with this guy.
Yeah, so
Oh,
three
God.
halves of the Outcasted OC are going to be all together on Sunday watching Backlash.
Yeah, we're not watching it live, by the way, so don't put anything in the chat Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I
I'll be
see
at work.
anything, I'm going to fight y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
Wait.
watching it till Sunday afternoon. So
Yeah, I'm same here. I'm same here because my mom likes to come and watch it with me. So
Yeah, I'll be
She'll
watching
be
it
out on
after work,
Saturday night,
so I won't be there
so-
live.
not
Yeah.
this Courtney, not this Courtney, another Courtney coming to watch it with
Well,
us.
I'm gonna just get the highlights and spoil it for you.
Reese,
No, don't-
I want
That's
that.
mean.
Reese, if you do that, you will end up with a plate of vegetables for your dinner.
No! Right. We will end the episode there. Thanks
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
great
right.
episode, everyone.
Okay.
Bye everybody.